You might be asking yourself, what on earth are you looking at? Well, this is a newborn pup's nursing reflex. If you've never been around a pup this young before, this may seem quite funny and odd. In fact, there are a few things that you may have never witnessed, since most puppies are generally released to their new families beginning at 8 weeks old. Well, this series will chronicle the behind-the-scene care for our Cane Corso puppies. So sit back, enjoy, and tell us if you've learned something new. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I'm Erica, and my family and I breed and raise Cane Corsos on our homestead property. This is Asha, one of our Cane Corsos and arguably the top-ranking female of our pack. In our previous 3-part video series, we highlighted Asha as she whelped her second litter, which coincidentally is our second litter for 2020. Recall that our grand champion male, Cayuse, is the sire to this litter. So if you haven't checked out Cayuse already, I highly recommend you click the suggested video banner above. Now that the pups are here and Asha is getting settled into being a new mother, we're starting another video series called Watch Me Grow. These babies won't stay small for very long, so we're going to do our best to chronicle their development and give you some behind-the-scenes footage that you don't always get to see. But before we get started, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the videos we post, especially in this new series. This is the puppy's first week on this hunk of dirt we call Earth. The pups are growing so fast, you really don't want to miss a minute. So in this video, we'll cover everything from what the puppies eat, the help they need to eliminate, how their bodies are developing at this stage, and some interesting quirks about this particular litter. And at the end, we'll weigh each of the pups so that we can start to track their growth. When a puppy is born, the ends of each bone are soft, and it is from these soft parts that the bone continues to extend as the puppy grows. But look how far the bones have to grow before they become a proper bony joint. These areas are called the growth plates. Because the growth plates are softer, they are a weak point of the bone in the growing pup. When you look how flexible the pups are, it makes sense once you understand what's happening just below the skin. So due care must be taken when handling these neonatal puppies. During the neonatal stage, puppies are already mobile. They will exhibit rooting behavior whereby they do a swimming motion to push towards their mother to help find the teat. Suckling, when the mouth comes into contact with the teat, is unique to newborns and will later be replaced with chewing. Anything that comes into contact with their nose and muzzle will stimulate their strong sucking reflex. And usually this is accompanied by kneading with their front paws. This massaging of the mammary glands helps stimulate milk letdown. At birth, puppies will appear to be lean, but they quickly fill out within the first 24 hours as they nurse and become fully hydrated. The puppies are entirely dependent on their mother. It's best to think of the mother and her puppies as one functional unit during this time. Newborn puppies are unable to regulate internal body temperature, and defecation and urination are reflexes that are elicited by their mother's licking and cleaning of their genital area. Aside from keeping the pups clean and dry, it's really important that Asha clean the pups so that they are stimulated to eliminate. Otherwise, they could quickly become ill. It's a very demanding job for Asha. Given that she has 9 pups, I will often assist her throughout the day. As you can imagine, feeding 9 growing pups is quite taxing on Asha's body. So I'm supplementing their feedings with condensed goat milk and an assortment of puppy support products, including a mix of colostrum, probiotics, protein, and electrolytes. And for some feedings, I'll include a bit of honey for that additional glucose. These are all items that you can find at your local grocer, Tractor Supply, or even Walmart. Sometimes I use a bottle to feed the pups, while other times I'll use a medicine dropper. It just really depends on the individual pup and whether or not they can suckle on the nipple. Okay, so it's time to track the puppy's growth, and so their weight was taken again at about 5 days old. It's not easy getting the weights of 9 squirming babies who are determined to find their mother. But as you can see, their average weight was about 2 pounds. And as of their weigh date, they were not even a week old. So they're right on track, if not slightly exceeding the average growth rate. If you recall from our 3-part series when Asha whelped the pups, puppy number 1 in the pink collar is the girl who was first to be born and unbeknownst to us was lost under all the shavings. Whereas puppy number 9 in the gray collar is the male who broke the tie and who was not breathing when he was first born. Let's check up on male number 9. This is male number 9. He was the last to be born, and he had some issues during the whelp where he was not breathing when he came out. And basically, I had to resuscitate him. And it happens. It could be maybe they were in a canal for a long period of time, or since he was the last, that meant he was far back in the uterine horn, so he had a long way to travel. And I believe his placenta was intact and is with the umbilical cord, but who knows? Once those contractions hit and they're making their way down, it could be that it was just a long time and maybe he didn't get a chance to get that oxygen. We don't know, but as soon as he was born, I could tell that he needed some additional assistance. And so if you look at that earlier video, part 3, you'll see that he was definitely weak initially, but he got through that. So now that we are about 5 days later, you can see he is just as chunky, and you can see his beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful color. He would be considered a brindle. Some people recognize brindle as maybe kind of that marble color, but brindle can come in different patterns. This in particular is more like a ticking, but we'll see as he gets older. But I love it because it's as if the tips of his fur are blonde with a dark base. But he's gorgeous. So we put a what I thought was a gray collar, but it looks more like it's golden, so it actually matches very well with his coat color. Another thing about him, he is so special. He does have rear dew claws, but not only that, he has double dews. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before. I don't know if he's going to let me show you. Can you see those double dews? So instead of one claw back there, he has two for a total of 6. His 4 toes and then these other 2. So that's what we call a double dew clawed. While it is not, I wouldn't call it rare, it's not uncommon. It can happen. And when it does, it's interesting. If you've watched our videos about our Great Pyrenees, I mentioned that Great Pyrenees must keep their double dews as part of a working dog, a livestock guardian. They worked on hilly, mountainous terrain, and these additional dew claws help with traction, help with balance and structure. In terms of the breed standard for a Cane Corso, removal of the rear dew claws is pretty standard. So most families know that we've removed the dew claws, but rarely do I tell them whether or not they were double dewed. So I thought it was a good idea to show everyone that this guy, he is the only double dew in this litter. So that makes him even more special. There's his cute face there. He may complain. I know. It's a big belly. But this is male number 9, the last one to be born. Isn't he gorgeous? He's got a full belly. And double dews. So I have been cleaning out their little pool, their tub. It is so important to keep their area clean. And with so many puppies, they eliminate quite a bit. Right, Asha? Yeah, so they're just like babies, right? Human babies. They are constantly pooping and constantly urinating. So you have to keep it clean. And I use different types of bedding. Sometimes I use towels. Sometimes I use bath mats. And eventually I switched to the pine shavings because it is super absorbent, easy to clean, and seems to be the easiest to maintain and clean up after. So now she's upset because it's time to eat. I don't know if Asha I don't know if she feels like it right now. She wants to take a break from them. So I probably will give her a walk and then help feed them for her, and then she can come back and when she's ready. But with so many, and 9 is an average litter size. It's not necessarily huge, but it's certainly not a small size, and so it can be taxing on the mother. So I will help with that. So there you have it. Our litter's first week. They're eating properly, sleeping all the time, and there's no shortage of pooping and peeing. I'm giving Asha a lot of help, and all is well on the homestead. In their second week, their eyes should be opening, they should be trying to walk, and we'll begin the tail docking process. So did you learn anything new, or was it all familiar to you? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you again for tuning in and following us on our journey. If you appreciated the video, leave us a like. Feel free to share your respectful thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. And as always, we'll see you in the next video.